wolf on the hill is never as hungry as the wolf climbing the hill.
It's not easy going it alone, but if you keep going, stay true to yourself, it will be worth it in the end. The hardest walk you can make is the walk you make alone. But that is the walk that makes you the strongest. That is the walk that builds your character the most. To all of you fighting battles alone, to all of you going against the grain, battling the naysayers, stay strong, keep going. Stay strong, keep going. This walk is hard, but the hardest walks lead to the greatest destinations. The toughest climbs always lead to the best views. It will be worth it in the end. And if you show what you are made of, the right people will show up in your life. You won't be a lone wolf forever. You have qualities only few can admire because most don't possess. You have strength only few can understand because most have never experienced. So don't give in. Don't settle. Don't lower your expectations to fit into the world. You were born to stand out. You were born to lead. Lead the pack. They say the wolf on the hill is never as hungry as the wolf climbing the hill. Always be that wolf climbing the hill. Always hungry for more. Always hungry to grow, to feed your mind and rise to the highest level you can take yourself. Never looking back, always looking forward to the next feast of success in whatever you do. It does not matter if you have to walk alone for a while. It is much better to walk alone in the right direction than to follow the herd walking in the wrong direction. Stay strong. Be different. Your destiny is in your hands. Get out there and hunt it.
The 2018 Glenrock High School football season is one that I'll always remember. We were a hungry team coming in the previous year. Last year we did not make the playoffs, and that's always, pretty much our main goal is to get there and then see what happens. But I think that made us very hungry. We had a great off season, and starting in June, we really worked as hard as we needed to. And in the off season, I was visited by one of our former former football players who is now in the military, and we spoke about the importance of thriving in life. And one of his drill sergeants, kept focusing on the fact of too often in life people are happy to just survive, and they don't really take it to the next level and thrive. So we started using that term a lot, to make sure we thrived in the weight room in the off season, and then we pushed that on them early on in June that was going to be our motto.
This year the team motto was Thrive, and it really represented our team great. And the season we had, and the
mentality we had.
The mentality we had too.
Just to always push through, and I guess always just keep going.
Yeah, I would say
Coach always wanted us to keep going, get through it, have a rough summer.
Yeah, I think our team really went with it too, especially when our first game came and the game it was. Our team from then on out, we took it and just ran with it, and became a big part of our season and defined our season in some ways.
When the going gets tough, they can look back at maybe what took place this season and the lessons that they learned, and truly focus on thriving and pushing themselves to be the best that they can be in all aspects of life. We were lucky this season to have Waldwick Midland Park as our opening game, and I think that pushed us to work a little bit harder in the off season, and I think I don't want to say there's no love lost, but we haven't had the greatest of luck against them, and they're almost as close as a crosstown rival as you can get.
Make your move. Oh, step right up. Who's next?
Play to the back end of that whistle. Don't stop. O-line on three. 1, 2, 3. O-line.
All this work, we're ready to put in action. Here we go. Business on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Finish.
I'd say the past 2 years we've lost to them. It's been rough. It's been two seasons that have been rough games. We definitely don't like losing them.
We don't like them.
Don't like them at all. They don't like us either. And I think in the game it came off like it showed early that we don't like them, and I think it paid off for us in the long run.
And then also Coach Broadhead lives in that town, so we always would repeat that in the locker room, and Coach would always remind us how he does not want to be going around Waldwick with that reputation that we lost to Waldwick
definitely.
3rd year in a row.
Pierce made a big play in their first offensive drive, causing a fumble, and immediately then they just knew that it wasn't going to be the same game it was 2 years ago for the past 2 years, and I think that we kind of scared them a little bit, and it definitely carried through the game. And then having Schleck come in his first start, he had a huge game, and it definitely meant a lot to us, and we all trusted him right away. I mean, we knew from the start and from the first play that he was our quarterback for that game. Justin kept us alive for sure. I think he had three PATs, and it really just
field goal.
Whatever, doesn't matter. On camera.
We started the game on fire, and then it got a little closer at the end, a little too close for comfort. But we did what we needed to do, and at this level, at any level, it doesn't necessarily matter how pretty it is, especially in the first game of the season when there's going to be a lot of opening day jitters and potential mistakes. We walked away with a victory, and any time you can walk away with a victory, especially against Waldorf Park, you're going to be happy, and we certainly were.
Good job, I'm proud of you. Let's get on the bus and get the hell out of here.
I should also mention that we really have a 10th coach on staff, and that's Coach Pat Saint-Pierre, and we call him the legend, and because he is Pat, maybe 60, 70, 80, maybe years old, but he, what a joy to have. He comes around, sometimes before practice to work with our kickers, sometimes after practice, and he even was able to make it to a game this year.
With Coach Saint-Pierre, he's been helping me out since my freshman year. He's taught me so many things. He comes in almost every day, or every other day he would come in. He would call me, he would bug me about how my leg's feeling, if it's feeling bad, how I'm doing in practice, everything. I don't know, the fact that he's just there is amazing. He supports me, he calls me all the time. I don't know, our relationship has been just amazing.
We love you, Pat, and we're happy that you're part of this, and I know you got we know you have a ton of other guys that you work with on other teams, but it means the world that you give the time and effort that you do towards us, and we can all learn a lot from you, Pat. You're a great guy, and we really love having you here.
Legendary.
We didn't want to get too happy, though, because we knew we had a very good Garfield team coming. Garfield is traditionally a tough team. For years, we went 20-something years in a row without them being able to beat us, and then the last couple of years, it's been some dogfights against them.
They came in roaring, and they were chirping, and it was definitely a game from the beginning that we knew was going to be tough. But thankfully, we had PT.
That was a really interesting game because we found a lot of different ways to score. We scored 2 touchdowns on defense, one with a trick play and 1 touchdown on offense. So it was definitely interesting.
Day by day! We get better and better! To the MVP! To the MVP! Won't be beat! Won't be beat!
Standing in my way, I got the skills to pay the bills, stay busy earning my pay. What I do, keep pushing through every day, all day. Come say it to my face if you got something to say. Just wait and see. They gon' talk about me, and things will never be the same. I'm gonna be very legendary, and the whole world's gonna know my name. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Pierce coming with a scoop and score, him running, striding, looking uncoordinated, and running to the end zone.
I just picked up the ball and I was hauling to the end zone. I didn't really think about anything else. I just had tunnel vision.
Yeah, we went to go celebrate with me and Sam, and we jumped on him. Pierce was just, get off me. He wanted to run to the sidelines and get water.
Just wait and see, wait and see. They gonna talk about me. Wait and see, wait and see. They gonna talk about me. Wait and see, wait and see. They gonna talk about me. I'm gonna be very legendary. Make way for me. Make way for me. You know I'm gonna be legendary. Make way for me. Make way for me. You know I'm gonna be legendary.
But they tied the game up at 14. And the only good thing that took place in that whole situation, when they were chipping away and eventually scored to tie the game, was it gave me the opportunity to speak with Coach Tanga and Coach Broadhead about what we were going to do when we got the ball back. And Coach Broadhead put it in our ear that we should look at this play, Boo Boo Bison, which is a play that we've been practicing for many years, but we never really had the opportunity to use it. And it's one of those plays that you have to pick and choose the right time to use that play.
That play was crazy because we've been practicing that play for 2 years, and to be honest, I never ever thought we were going to run this play because I thought we were just in the playbook just to be in the playbook. And Coach called the play, and he's like, I kind of ran late, and all I hear is someone looked at Pierce, I think it was Pierce, looked at me, he was like, Boo Boo Bison, and I didn't really register until I was squatting behind, I think Mealy or something, and I was like, holy crap, this is either going to look really good or really bad. Once I saw the opening and saw that there was only one person to beat, I knew Coach Kurz would probably kill me if I got tackled, so I just figured I might as well just run as fast as I ever can. So thankfully it worked.
Come say it to my face if you got something to say. Just wait and see.
Hey, your back's against the wall. We got kicked in the face a little bit. You know what? Get knocked down. What do you got to do? Back up. Get back up. Get back up. You did that. That's a good team right there, man.
Your weapon. Keep it up. All right. Hey, we all talk about action.
Yeah, so that game was dedicated to my brother, Quinn, because of a thing I was nominated for, me and him, or him and I, because Heart of the Giant, it was basically Quinn and I's story and how our relationship and our bond from when we were little to now.
We were able to see the relationship that Ashton has with Quinn and how Ashton is able to help Quinn experience that excitement of sports, and the brotherhood that they have really, I think, brought our team together as a brotherhood as well. And we're thrilled that we were able to have Ashton the last 3 years as a player, but also we were able to learn from him and the way he handled himself with his brother and the way he brought excitement into his brother's life. And Ashton, we really appreciate that, and Quinn, it goes without saying that we appreciate you and everything you brought to the table. You're one of us, and you're certainly a Panther for life.
I never really thought about the Heart of the Giant until at the end when I saw Quinn and heard that the game ball was going to be given to Quinn. And it was an emotional feeling, and my mom was very excited. She was crying. That goes to the coaches and the team for having Quinn and taking Quinn in and basically treat him as like another brother, which was really awesome. And I can't thank Coach and my teammates enough for being there for Quinn and I, and Quinn definitely loved every second of it. I would never take it back. It's just an awesome feeling just for my family to look back on. So I'm very proud of the coaches and my brother for being there.
Good job, Ashton. Get that ball to your brother. Hey, it's not always going to be pretty, but the goal is to win football games. And we just won a football game with 2-0. How about that? Hey? Way to try, baby. Drive on 3. 1, 2, 3.
So one new addition to our coaching staff this year. We were lucky enough to have Coach Garrett Avidable join us. Garrett is from Oradell, and he played at Riverdale. My first year as a head coach in 2009, we beat Lenape Valley in a great game, in a historical game in Glen Rock history, and then we had to go face Riverdale. And Riverdale was coached by my former coach, DJ Nymphius, and the star quarterback of that team was Coach Avidable. And they got the better of us that day, and as we always say, or as is said, if you can't beat them, join them, or have them join you. He's a younger guy. He fit in right away, but younger, but also very mature for his age in what he brought to the table, because he could be as mature as he needed to be, but he could also be, he was just a fun-loving guy with the players, and the players really took to him right away, and he has a little bit of a swag, and he has that young appeal to him, but also knows when to be mature and get on the guys, and it's not easy to find those kind of guys anymore. So he joined the other 8 of us who have been around for a couple years, and we have a great staff. So we have coaches in their 20s and their 30s, 40s, all the way up to their 60s, and 9 tremendous guys who love the game of football, but truly love Glen Rock football and the players here. And we're blessed. I'm truly blessed as a head coach to have the other 8 assistant coaches, and from the guys who have been around for 20-something years, all the way to Garrett, who was a newcomer this year. We clicked, and we had a great season, with each other, and we were happy to have the new addition of Garrett, who brought that young vibe and that young savage attitude, but also was the icing on the cake for our staff.
Palisades Park's our next game, and I think that's one game that defined, our offense kind of just blew up that game. We were very explosive, and we had a great game defensively by Sebi. Sebi came in and was a beast.
So that game, we were doing pretty good. So off the start, we're 2-0. And coming in, we knew we had to win this game if we wanted to get to the playoffs. So everybody thought this is the week we were going to screw up and not take seriously. So we went in there and took care of business, and everybody was doing a good job. We didn't have Pierce or Justin playing, so we were a little nervous, but by the second half, we knew we were doing good, and we had a good cushion, and we got a good win from that.
1, 2, 3, brotherhood!
Inside me blaze like a siren. Why would you try it? Wake up the beast, no, I can't keep silent. I put my time in, now it's my time, your time is expiring. Blood, sweat, and tears, I conquered my fears, I'm ready to fly now. I am the pilot, I am so polished, usually modest, but when is the last time you seen it this stylish without a stylist, huh? It's been a long time, I've been on this road, I'm racking my mileage up. They don't get loud with us, cause they know we wild as we know they scared of us, no they don't care for us, they wasn't there for us. Up in them trenches, up in them fences, making the plays while they riding the benches. Yeah, I'm the teacher, I see my goal and get caught up to see it. I can live my friends, I came here to win. My start is your end, now let it begin now.
Schlett had a big pick on a screenplay that actually Coach Kresh called from the sideline, and Schlett just diagnosed it right away and just got the pick and scored a pick 6 from it.
Get loud for me.
Nebraska.
Get loud for me. Get loud for me. Hands in the crowd, we tearing it down. Get loud for me. Heart of a lion, fire inside me blaze like a siren. Why would you try it? beast, no, I can't keep silent. I put my time in, now it's my time, your time is expiring. That's what it is.
And that really just closed out the game for us. And I think Sebi topped it off with a rushing touchdown, which he high-stepped into there in the end zone.
Bad timing.
Yeah, you got ripped down the film for that.
I don't have no friends, I came here to win. My start is your end, now let it begin now. Get loud for me. Get loud for me. Get loud for me. Hands in the crowd, we tearing it down. Get loud for me. Get loud for me. Get loud for me. Hands in the crowd, we tearing it down. Get loud for me.
Let's go Glen Rock.
Won't see us coming at the door before you even blink. Something so cold-blooded with a deep killer instinct. Don't look us right in the face. It's like staring at a burning sun. Got teeth like razor blades, and you know that we're out for blood. We're out for blood. Better run, better run. Here it comes, here.
Hey, nice job. We got a lot of people in. Everyone that was suited up today got in. Except for our buddy JD, but we all love JD. Hey, JY! What could you ask for? 3-0. Ooh, going to Rutherford next week. Yeah, boys! Brotherhood on 3. 1, 2, 3. Brotherhood!
So the Rutherford game is one of those games that you try to forget. Obviously, you can learn a lot from it, which I think we did. But you know, we did not have a great week leading up to that game. We didn't have the greatest week of practice, and we tried our best to get back on track and everything, but it just wasn't. It didn't seem meant to be, and you know, things didn't really go our way that game, but we were able to learn a lot.
We knew coming into this game it was going to be a huge game. We were 3-0, they were 3-0, and we felt really confident because last year we started off 0-3, and this year it was a complete different turnaround. The whole mentality was different. So we had a good feeling coming in, but I think we just, I don't know, something was just off that day. And I mean, they were the better team that day, but if we had to play them again, I think it would be a much different outcome.
Rise up, rise up, rise up. This is where it begins. Rise up, rise up, rise up. Made to be legends. If there's a shadow hanging over our fate, we won't forget that deep inside we're the same.
lot of season left, a lot of left in this journey together. Here we go. Stay together. Brotherhood on 3. 1, 2, 3. Brotherhood!
Long way to go.
This loss fueled what would come next in our season.
So we knew coming off of the Rutherford loss that we had to not necessarily make changes, but we just had to be more focused. And two of the things we talked about, that week and really throughout the rest of the season was the importance of being businesslike in our approach and doing it together as a brotherhood. And so we focused a lot on the terms business and brotherhood. And that's one of the things we talked about in the locker room before that game, about going out there with a business-like attitude, sticking together as a brotherhood. And if you can do that, you're going to be all right. And we certainly showed that day. We had a great game, and we stuck together as a brotherhood, and we did it with business-like fashion, and we did a heck of a job that day.
We got Sevi, Ash, Pierce, Sarna, Capella, Duenas, Billy Bob, Sam, Nas, Aiden, all 10 of them are going to carry you, and you're going to carry all of them today, right? They've led the way all year, and they deserve this. However, it's all about the game, right? All about the game. Let's all stick together. Again, as we always say, take care of business, take care of your brothers. Business and brotherhood. Business and brotherhood today, and always.
Everyone was all revved up all week to wear those all-black uniforms like we do on homecoming. And the mentality for that week was business and brotherhood was something that Coach Kurz was stressing a lot. And that basically just means, we got to take care of business first of all, and then also we got to be there for each other because it's all brotherhood, and we all know that, everyone that plays.
Aiden showed up for us that game. We've been waiting for that game to happen, and he helped us out a lot. And without him there, we probably wouldn't have won the game. So it was good seeing him get all the touchdowns and stuff because he was working really hard in practice, and you could see he was getting a little frustrated in the games with his production. So to see him step up and do what we all knew he could do was it was good to see, and it helped us out a lot.
Start me up, open my eyes, turn me loose, and you'll see why. I was born ready. I was born ready. Staring at the pressure now. I won't get down. I was born ready. Keep pushing up higher, higher. Keep pushing up. Start me up, open my eyes, turn me loose, and you'll see why.
I'm not really more of a shifty guy, so when I saw the end zone, I decided just to go for it and not make a move. So I hit the guy and I pushed him over and made it in. I wasn't trying to do anything fancy.
So sometimes coaching can be a lot like the game of Simon Says.
Hey, let's play Simon Says. When I say Simon Says jump, you jump.
On go, you're going to run in motion. You're going to let them pass. On set, you're going to take the ball, snap it, and get in the end zone. Okay? Nobody jump. Hey, nobody jump.
Jump! I didn't say Simon Says.
Are you kidding me? I can't explain it any easier. Doubles. Lion. Red Dog. Red Johnson. Aiden Clark, touchdown.
The key is a lot of times a mistake will happen because somebody's just trying to do their best, and that's something you have to remember. And I think that was the case with Pierce. Pierce was an amazing player for us all year, and that's something that we can now look back on and laugh. We eventually did score, but it was a serious moment at the time. But now it's, I think, a pretty funny moment, and we get nowhere this year without Pierce. So he, if that was his one fumble, for lack of a better word, that's just fine, because he had a million great plays for us this year, and we're nowhere without him. So if it was going to happen to somebody, that was the guy it should happen to.
Hey, we'll always remember that conversation we had, right? Where you stepped up, you were a man, you admitted that you had to work harder, and then you go out and you score 3 touchdowns. That's a hell of a job. That's why I coach, for opportunities like that, to see people grow into men. Good job. Now we got 2 weeks off to get ready for Lodi, and just keep chipping away, 1 game at a time. 4-1 ain't so bad, huh? He came up to me. Can we talk about this, Aiden?
Yeah.
All right. He came up to me this week, and you're always a little nervous as a coach when somebody texts you and say, "Hey, can we talk?" And he says, "Coach, I'm better than the way I've been playing. The team deserves more. I deserve more. And as upset as you may be with me now, I'm much more upset. And it ain't going to happen anymore. And I'm gonna show you how much I can play this week." He goes and he's a scout team player for our defense. Got us better defensively, got himself better, and then he scores 3 touchdowns today. Right? That's leadership. It takes a lot to come up to your coach and admit that you might have done something wrong. Now, I think he was a little too hard on himself, but the key is that he wanted to push himself to get better. If we all have that attitude, think about how good we can be, how great we can become. That's a hell of a job, and I'm proud of him. And that's why you coach, and that's why you play, and that's great brotherhood right there. And you should all be proud of him. Let's go.
Let's go, boys.
Let's break us down there, Mr. Aiden. Good job, kiddo.
Great job. Great win, boys. Drive on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Drive! Good job, boys.
So the Lodi game this year, I think, will always be remembered as the game that Sebi got hurt, unfortunately. But one of the messages we tried to give them was to remember the day for a good reason. Remember that day that Sebi got hurt and we lost, or remember that day that Sebi got hurt and we rallied around each other and we honored him by bringing home a victory.
Before I got hurt, we were doing really good on offense. I mean, we got the run game going, so we were feeling good, and then on defense, we were shutting them out. So, I mean, then I got hurt on Lehigh, and they called in on out of empty at first, and I thought, like, this is the one play I can catch the ball. So I think he called a timeout, or they changed the formation, so I was back in, and they called it with me, and I caught the ball, and I was running into the end zone, and the guy hit me in the arm, and my elbow dislocated. So, I mean, that was it for me. So it was upsetting, but it was nice to see how the team came around and they won it, and how Justin, Pierce, and Ashton, Coach Kurz, they were all waiting for me in the locker room after I came back from the hospital, and I was nice of them, and I was very appreciative, and showed how they cared for me, and that was very nice.
The vibration won't do you no good, won't do you no good. You better start rolling when you hear the man call. Won't do you no good, it won't do you no good. If you don't mind, the fume come take you. Won't do you no good. You know I got fever, so when you hit me right, you might as well. Won't do you no good. Say won't do you no good. And I said, kiss your baby goodbye. Come on, love, it's alright. Heaven knows they wanna break you apart. Yeah. Kiss your baby goodbye. Come on, love, it's alright.
So Ashton's very smart. He's a very smart player. But one of the things that he did, I think this was in the second half, is his instincts as an athlete. I don't even know where he was thinking on this, but he caught the ball on just a little screen because they were playing soft coverage, and he just caught it, and he just ran and he tried jumping over this kid. And he got over him, but he got tackled right in front of Coach Kurz. And I remember Ashton telling me Coach Kurz was like, "Don't do that again." And Ashton was like, "Got it."
It's your baby goodbye. Come on, love, it's alright. Heaven knows they wanna break you apart. Yeah. Kiss your baby goodbye. Come on, love, it's alright. Never know that's you giving a try.
especially in the second half, Greg really picked it up. He had, I think, one touchdown where everyone thought he stopped at like 8 yards, but then he took it to like a whole nother like 7 more to get in the end zone when we only needed a first down.
When you get the vibration, won't do you no good, won't do you no good. And you can tell I got feelings, trying to shake it up, right on. Won't do you no good, till it won't do you no good. And I said, kiss your baby goodbye. Come on, love, it's alright. Heaven knows they wanna break you apart. Yeah. Kiss your baby goodbye. Come on now, it's alright. You never know unless you give it a
Hey, you remember that day? When Sevy got hurt, and we all came together in the second half. We came together, we made plays, we stepped up for him, and we won it for him. Remember that day? Yes, I remember that day for a long time. Bring it in, I'm proud of you. Remember that day. Remember that day. Remember this day. For Sevy, here we go. Sevy on 3. 1, 2, 3. Sevy!
Just remember the day that we came back and we lifted up our team and Sevy.
Lonely shadows following me, lonely ghosts come crawling, lonely voices talking to me. Now I'm gone, now I'm
So going into Lyndhurst, we knew they had a very good team, probably one of the better teams they've had all year. But also we knew that we could easily compete with them and take over the game, but I don't know, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately it didn't go like about. It started
the first half was great.
Yeah, it started off great. We were all high and like, cause they came into our school and they were saying stuff. It was ridiculous. They were so loud. Our coach was making a point to like shut them up, and we did for the first half of it. But they came back in the second half and started off with a pick 6 to make it 14-7. We're still on top, but then I'm pretty sure we came back again, and I think we had a fumble or something, and then the next drive they scored and made it 14-14.
In the first half, even though we made a lot of mistakes, we still came out to a 14-0 lead and going into halftime with all the momentum.
But I told you, that little battle, the first day. Second day is when it mattered. We're on the second day right now. You understand what I'm saying? We're on the second day right now. Right, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Let's go, boys. Let's go, boys.
Together. Stay together. Stay together. Stay together.
Fight though. I mean, Pierce came in, never stopped fighting. He came in and I think he had 2 or 3 sacks, and like the quarterback was so upset from seeing Pierce's face all day.
Yeah.
He pushed him down, and Pierce, he's bigger than him. And Pierce, they got a little, I don't know, just confrontation. But we all knew Pierce would win that any day of the week, and I think the guy did it too. But we never stopped fighting. But unfortunately, it just didn't come out our way.
We have a fumble on the field. Camera 21. 21.
They stuck with it and they won the game. Good for them. But now we got to come and we got to do what we got to do against Hawthorne next week. And we got to be much better than this, because you're going to watch it and we're going to watch it together, and you're going to see how many plays we left on the field and we're better than that. We're better than this. We're better than this. And that starts with me. Drive on 3. 1, 2, 3. Drive! Not leave anything out on the field. Leave it all out on the field. Play together, play as a brotherhood, with a business-like attitude. Thriving all the way. 1, 2, 3,
Our next game was Hawthorne, and I don't know how to describe the game.
Yeah, and then especially it's Hawthorne. We came in the game with high hopes. We saw in film, we thought we had the edge on them, but really we don't play them in our league or anything. We don't see them enough to, I guess, say they're a rival, but they definitely are a true rival because they're across the Lincoln Avenue. So yeah.
Across the Lincoln Avenue.
Across Lincoln Avenue, whatever. Coach Crush lives in that town. They apparently they don't like Coach Crush.
You see Crush in the middle of the game. His hood starts coming on, and then the hat starts going further down. And he starts going off to just by himself and his clipboard. Just that's when you kind of knew that what just happened.
Especially that night, everyone just had to grow up.
Yeah,
I guess I guess some of us just were hoping that we would make the playoffs, and then the other half just had no clue what was going on, just what was going to eventually happen. Everyone was panicking.
I think that's when our youth really showed, how young we are really. I think how much varsity experience we really have. I think that really showed in that game. And again, not having one of our best players out there and captain out there really showed. Coach Kurz let us know that we can never be like this again. That's the kind of coach he is. You know, you're not gonna nothing's gonna
You're not letting this go by.
Yeah, you're not gonna let this go by with Coach. He's gonna set you straight when you need to be set straight. And
we fixed everything that night. So
that night, everything was fixed, and that's that's the way Coach Kurz is, and that's a testament to him and how good of a coach he is, and how good that's where his a father figure really comes out to kids, and it really showed that night.
So they got off to a really hot start in that game, and I just remember thinking, no way, we can't go out like this. So towards the end of the first half or whatever, we got a little bit of momentum or whatever. We scored a touchdown, went into halftime feeling really good, and then in the second half we just were a totally different team. Justin, in the second half, we were like, okay, we're gonna onside kick this. We gotta get something going. And Justin, just like somehow, some way, got it in the perfect spot. And I think it was Ty's share, just like landed on the ball, and we're like, what just happened? We kicked the ball off again, and Andrew Sarna hits the kid, and the ball comes out, and we recover the ball again. It was like, whoa, maybe this is our game.
And that just shows, like, you know, the thrive and the brotherhood really came out of that game. You know, we say business and brotherhood, but brotherhood really stood out that game. I mean, no matter what, you just look around and just see that everybody was never gonna give up. It was really just a cool game. I think if there's one game, you know, I know I ended my high school football career, but I wouldn't take it back in a heartbeat. Just the way we played. I know it was a loss, but it just showed how good of a team we are and how good our kids were. Just like, you know, how tough we were, and like I just never would take it back.
If I had to pick a game that defined our season and who we are, I would say that one. Even though it was a loss, it really didn't feel like that. It felt like we were the better team that day, and it felt like we won.
And that's something I really think our seniors can take with them moving forward in the rest of their lives. Walking off that field against Westwood, even though we lost, I think, you know, at least I hope they had the mentality, and it was sad, obviously, it was all coming to an end for them, but they went out with a fight, and they thrived as best as they possibly could. And we didn't get the win, but we proved that we belong there, and that we deserve to be there. And we gave them everything that they possibly could handle, and you know, walking off that field, I hope they felt, you know, positive and happy with the fact that they gave their all and they went down with a fight. And certainly for our underclassmen, you know, this could hopefully be a stepping stone to the future, that, you know, we belong on the field with the good teams, and we deserve to be out there. And if you have that thrive mentality, you're going to be just fine. So hopefully those seniors can really, you know, take something from that and be positive and be happy with what they gave, going down with a fight and thriving as best as they could. And the younger guys can take that leading into the off season next year.
My favorite moment was probably the homecoming breakfast when the team presented my brother with our game ball against Garfield. It was pretty cool because it was a surprise to my mom, and this whole journey with my brother and like our team has really meant a lot to my mom. And just seeing her face and like seeing her reaction, she like had a couple tears, and it just meant a lot to me to see her, because she's been on this journey with me and my brother the entire time. And you know, the Heart of the Giant, it might say my name and everything, but it definitely should have her name on it no matter what. And that's my best memory.
My favorite memory would have to be after every game, always looking over to the sideline, seeing my dad, and his reaction was either very good or very bad, depending on how he thought I played. He's a very emotional guy, and had a lot of great memories seeing him on the sideline, him coaching me up. And he also gave a great speech one day, you know, for the Manchester game. That was good. So that was really fun, and I loved going through this experience with him, my coaches, and my teammates.
My favorite moment during the season was when I scored the touchdown against Garfield. I know that's like super cliche, like the lineman scored a touchdown, and that's his favorite moment. But like after, when I got to the sideline, like everyone on the team wanted to like congratulate me, and it's like pretty cool seeing that as a lineman, because like you don't get that a lot. And yeah, it was just cool to see, I guess.
My favorite moment, I think, had to be, especially at our home field, was Boo Boo Bison. I think even though I didn't really have much to do with the play, it was just cool to see that play work, and then Coach Kurz just being 100% confident with that play, and then everyone like around him like, why are we doing this right now? And then everyone just stuck with it. It was so cool, especially in that huddle. Everyone was like, okay, yes, we're gonna do this, let's do it. And then just seeing Ashton, just everyone's eyes are on me and Greg, and then like Ashton's already in the end zone, and it was cool to see everyone just getting pumped up, everyone in the crowd too. That was awesome on that Friday night.
All right, so my favorite part was definitely in the final minutes of Waldwick, being able to beat them, because when I played against them, we never won them. They're a dirty team, nobody really likes them, so being able to beat them and like sort of like laugh in their face on their own field that we won was a nice feeling, and it was sort of good, like how to end off my career playing with them. So it was a good feeling, because we weren't able to do it the 2 years I played before.
You know, it's all about the idea of thriving and reaching your full potential. You can, be okay with mediocrity and being, status quo. But the goal is to thrive as best as you can, to reach your full potential, and just go with it. Don't be satisfied with being mediocre. Thrive in life. Thrive as much as you possibly can. Don't just survive. Thrive.
Empty. Hurry up! Hurry up! Rip! 518! Go, baby, go, Shreddy! Keep going! Laser! Lion! Justin! No! Hit him early! Good! Yeah! 1. Good job, Aiden. Next, you freaking get it out of your head. Do you ever use it? Okay, use it a little bit more. Justin. Go, JD, get out! Go with those blue cleats! Keep running! Yeah! One! Let's go! That a boy! There you go, Turkey Burger. Good job, Connor! Way to go, Sam! G! Way to go! Get him one, dude! Yeah! Great job! Yeah! Oh! Yeah! Come on! Pedal to the metal! Keep it on! Be smart, my friend! Play with passion, but be smart! Ball! Yeah! Now we have a chance to have a quick play. Double yo-yo to Rip, 83. Liz Crowbar. Pierce under control! Bubble, or let's not make it too hard. You're doing a great job with it. All right? Check, 1. Thank you. Keep contained. Hey! He moved his feet on the snap. Keep his feet. Yeah. Run, Sevy! Way to hold your ground, Pierce. Good job. The ball came out. Double. Hey, here. Hey, G, good job. Stay in bounds. Thank you. 88, yellow Burke. Yellow 88, yellow Burke. Red Bush, red Johnson. Let's go, Sam. Hey, Sam, that's how you play football.